going to start out with a little story that illustrates infinite heart. And I read it in a book called Emotional Intelligence by Daniel Goleman. And it's about a man who went in the 50s to Tokyo to study Aikido, which is a martial art. And one of the things that he was taught by his trainer was never attack, never be aggressive. Aikido is only for self-defense. And he remembered, because martial arts is very esoteric in many ways. When I studied it, the instructor would also always give us a lecture in the beginning about the esoteric aspects of martial arts. So there was an event in Tokyo where this man was on a subway one day, and a smelly, big, huge Japanese man, torn clothes, came into the subway car, pushing people aside, shoving them this way and that, and very aggressive, just looking for a fight. And people scattered and were really afraid of him. And this American was watching the scene and getting ready to use his abilities to defend people. And suddenly, a small man in a kimono sitting in the side of the car said, "Hey!" And the man looks over and says, "What do you want?" He says, "What you been drinking?" In a tone like that. He says, "Not that it's any of your business, but sake." And so he says, "Ah, sake. Yes. You know, my wife and I, when I come home from work, we sit out by the gazebo and we have a glass of sake together. I bet you have a nice wife too." He said, "My wife, she died. And I lost my job." He says, come here, tell me about your wife." And the man kind of was a strange feeling of this man asking him to come over, but he went over there and he started telling him about what happened and how he lost his job and how he's depressed, and the man listened to him. And he totally forgot his aggression, and at the end of the ride, he fell asleep with his head on his lap. So this is emotional Aikido. And what this man demonstrated is he demonstrated his infinite heart.